What's going on YouTube? Vincent Flores here at Pro Trapper Vinzo at NTK Crypto coming to you. What is going on with the market? What do I see? What am I looking at? First of all, I got some people asking me about BitBean trading and I've neglected to get that video made. I apologize. Everything kind of went cattywampus, I guess, when I lost my BitBean two-factor, but I got it back. I am back in and I will be making that video here in the near future. It's a basic video. It's not for most of y'all. It's gonna be a basic video on how to use BitBean, how to make trades, and so forth. Okay, out of the way. What am I looking at when I see BitBean? I am looking at opportunity. We went over it the other day. Told you volatility breeds opportunity, and oh boy does it ever. I'm still staying strong on my 3 underdog coins, even though they're up 10 times. You know, they're up 1,000% from when I told you about them. I still like them, especially Redcoin. Redcoin and BitBean. I think one's about 100 Satoshi. Redcoin, I think that's a great deal. If you could accumulate as much Redcoin as possible, I think that's a brilliant move. I have BitBean, and that's one of my favorite, and I understand, can't take the logo seriously. It's a BitBean, you know, it's a superhero BitBean. But, you know, there's a lot of other people that you know, get followings like that. You know, if you're not buying BitBean because the logo, then you're pinning cryptocurrency in a box that I think you need to open your mind up. It's not just some cool logo. You know, that's not what makes the coin. It's the technology behind it. And if you take a look at markets, you know, I don't think Pokemon's just for the teenagers anymore. You see the craze that game caused. Pokemon, you know, that's a cartoon logo. You're seeing movies being made that are rated R, that are cartoons, kind of edgy cartoons. I mean, heck, since we were growing up, they had The Simpsons. If you're painting cryptocurrency in this little box, then you're gonna miss out on this boat, guys. BitBean is great currency. It's quick. The live chat people are helpful. I don't have enough good things to say about it. And it's just a great opportunity. And I think it rivals, you know, almost the opportunity of PIVX. I really enjoy PIVX community. I think, and look guys, you know, people, oh, what's the community? Well, it's a community. Community is everything. Gold's only as valuable as what we say it is. If you say gold's $1,000 an ounce and I'm like, I don't think so, I'm not gonna give you $1,000 an ounce. My best is $600. Well, that's as much as I was gonna go. That's what it's worth. You know, you just gotta have enough people saying it's worth this much. It's about the community and how much they feel it's worth. You know, your US dollar is not backed by gold anymore, guys. You know, whatever, if you're watching from a different country, it's probably not backed by gold. You know, you're not really backed by anything except for it has a number written on the piece of paper. It has a number written on the coin. Don't get caught up into what the number on the piece of paper says. Because guess what? 100 years ago, that number 20 could buy you an awesome suit, custom tailored to you. But guess what? Today, you're gonna pay, you know, probably at least $1,500. You know, guess what again? You know, redundancy, I'm sorry. But seriously, that one gold coin that was $20 that could buy a suit, it could still buy a suit today. It's gold, and we've given it that value, and it's used in other aspects besides just a currency, so it has value. Well, that's the great thing about cryptocurrency. Besides it's just something that we could trade and say it's valuable, it also serves other purposes. Look at Ethereum with the contracts. There's a technology behind it, this blockchain technology. The Ethereum, Gridcoin with the medical, the Bonic or Boink or whatever the crap that is. There's more technology behind it than just, oh, it's worth 1,000th of a Bitcoin. Oh, it's worth 1/10 of a Bitcoin. Could be. PIVX should be. PIVX is great. BitBean, I love it, you know. So don't get caught up in the logo's silly. You know, if I came out and drew a cool logo today and gave it to BitBean and that used it, is that going to push the 100,000 people out there that thought it was silly to be like, you know what? Now I might really think about BitBean. That logo's cool. They're moving forward, and there probably will be some people out there that do that. But don't let that be you. Don't let a fun logo stop you from seeing what the final product is. That's like taking a private coach of whatever sport. Let's say basketball. You know, let's say you got a private coach basketball wants to charge $200 an hour. Then you have another private coach that's also charging $200 an hour. One coach, actually this is better. Sorry, this is way better. Physical trainer. Say you have a physical trainer and he looks like, I don't know, who back in the day is just ripped. Hulk Hogan. You have Hulk Hogan, physical trainer, and then you have somebody that's not Hulk Hogan, doesn't look like Hulk Hogan. Like, let's say Andre the Giant. Well, on the surface, Andre the Giant doesn't look as the same shape, not quite as explosive, seems a little slow, probably not the best personal trainer. So you go with Hulk Hogan. Little did you know, maybe Andre the Giant was training Hulk Hogan. Maybe he has a degree in kinesiology. Maybe he has, you know, X, Y, and Z. I don't know. Don't let the cover of a book deter you. That's all I'm saying. You know, a physical trainer could be an awesome physical trainer, even if he's not shredded. You know, guess what? He probably got trained by somebody else. So, and I don't know. Just want y'all to think outside the box. I mean, we are in cryptocurrency, for crying out loud. We are basically out of the box. So let's don't try to put it in that box. BitBean is great. You know, I think it's great. I could be wrong, but I love BitBean, and I think you would too if you used it. I'm like, even if I'm sending BitBean to my wallet from Bittrex, man, it's such a quick time. You know, it's so fast. I love it. Anyways, enough about BitBean. What I see in the market is stuff's red is opportunity. And I'm not the only one that says it. You know, it's great. The dips are great. But when you see something sky, you see something go to 200 Satoshi and now it's falling back at 160, or you see something hit 150 and it's falling back at 100, and now it's plateaued at this line here, it looks like, or something hits 450 and now it's lost 50% of its value back down to 200. If it's stabilizing and plateauing at 200, look at our next opportunity. That's a buy in my eyes. You know, have I lost money in crypto? Sure. Have I made money? Absolutely. Overall, I've made far more on my losses, and the losses I've taken were just because I was in a rush to get my money back, because I was going to use it to purchase some other stuff with cryptocurrency, and I didn't have US dollars, or I didn't have space on a credit card that I could use to purchase something, so I used Bitcoin or Ripple or whatever I had to sell. So those are the losses I've taken. But I haven't ever taken any huge losses on picking a coin. I've been impatient. Man, I was on the ICO on Chronobank's time, TIME. Unfortunately, I had to sell it. I sold it right about when I broke even. I actually took a $100 loss, basically. But I needed that Bitcoin. I had to sell it for Bitcoin so I could use the Bitcoin to buy the Litecoin miner. Today it's probably worth 3 times as much. So it happens. It does. It happens. Big deal. Overall, like I said, when I'm picking stuff, my pick is what I see in communities, what I see it's charting, and what I'm seeing now is buys, man. I'm seeing all kinds of buys. excuse me, I got hiccups. BitBean, Verge, Redcoin, all look like a good buy to me still. Man, there's one I had looked at earlier this morning real quick I wanted to talk about, but unfortunately I've forgotten it. There's one that it's just kind of a newish coin, or maybe it's not newish, but it's definitely not valuable. It's a low Satoshi coin. It's probably only doing 10 Bitcoin a day in volume, and it just looks like one of those coins that's got some potential to take off, you know, to get on that launch pad. I'll try to look for that and talk about it later. As far as staking goes, I've staked since the 28th of June. I've only had PIVX one time, so nothing new on that. I moved my Bitcoin to BitBean to Bittrex to try to sell it at a high and rebuy, but I got too nervous for that. I didn't want to sell it and then it to jump on me too high and lose the opportunity, so I just held on to it. Didn't want to mess with it because I've done that before. I did that with PIVX, okay? I bought a ton of PIVX, I sold it the next day, I bought again on a lower than I sold it for, and I bought more. And I did it several times, but then I did it and it never went down again. So even though I profited a lot in a short amount of time, my profits didn't cover the growth that I could have had I just kept PIVX in the beginning. So it happens. I didn't lose anything. I still have PIVX, but I don't have a master node, and I could have had a couple, because it was cents. It was cents when I looked at it, and when I mean cents, it was less than 10 cents when I first bought PIVX. So yeah, so I like it. Anyways, don't miss out on the opportunity, guys. Again, I'm really pulling for y'all. I'm pulling for us as a community, because, you know, this is gonna breed a whole bunch of wealthy people in the future that might not have had that opportunity. Reminds me of that movie with Heath Ledger in it. It's a comedy. It's kind of funny. It's medieval times. A Knight's Tale. Sorry, if I talk about it long enough, I figured I'd figure it out. So A Knight's Tale, right? Heath Ledger. Well, he's just a peasant, wants to be a knight, and he grew up with his dad telling him they could change his stars. Well, I believe that, and I believe this is the best opportunity for that we've seen in my lifetime, as far as an individual that could change his stars or her stars. So grab onto it and see where it goes, because that's what I'm gonna do, no doubt about it. And I'm not new, you know, I might be new to YouTube. I've been watching Bitcoin 6-7 years ago. When I bought my company, I was onto the Bitcoin, and I didn't buy it because it was intangible and I didn't quite understand it. I was like, oh, this seems awesome, but I don't get it. I'm not very technical savvy. I didn't take time to learn it. I just said I'll watch it and see where it goes, and I did it. And my first Bitcoin purchase, I think, was in the $250 range. Don't know exactly. It was in between $200 and $300, and it was just a fraction of a Bitcoin, because that's all I could afford. Matter of fact, it was so much of a fraction. My first purchase of Ripple was like 300 stellar, 60, 100 Ripple, and that wasn't very much back in the day. So there you go. So it's a great opportunity. Don't box stuff in, okay? Don't box BitBean in. Don't box other cryptocurrencies in. Do your homework, whether it's you like to watch charts, you like to watch coins, what they're doing, you like to just buy on huge dips, you want to go read about the background, want to jump into ICO. I don't care. Whatever way, looks appealing to you, and practice it. Once you watch it for 4 weeks, and pick a coin out and watch it daily for an hour a day, you know, or break it into 15 minutes a day, 8 times a day, just to kind of watch and see what happens and learn the market. But don't wait too long, because if you wait too long, you might miss on the greater opportunity. So anyways, that's my thoughts on the market today. I see that BitBean's down and Verge is down and Red's down, and I'm sitting here thinking, man, 100 Satoshi. You would have loved 100 Satoshi on all 3 of those coins, you know, back in March. If you had purchased it and knew it was going to be hit 100 Satoshi in March, you would be like, no way, and you'd be excited. But now I'm looking at it at 100 Satoshi thinking, wow, where's this coin going to go? When's they going to hit 1,000 Satoshi? Are they going to do this all over again in the next 3 months? I think so. So also learn that either or, Mark Cuban isn't nearly as wise as I thought. And well, just a backstory. I just saw a headline, so he just said that Bitcoin's in a bubble and it's going to crash. That's basically what I saw. And maybe I'm not doing a fair review because I didn't read the whole story, but if that's the headline, let's say, then it's not as nearly as wise as I thought, unless he knows that saying that will drop the price, possibly, if he could get some more media going and Bitcoin's in a bubble, and cause people to panic and drop it down again into the $2,000 range, and then purchase a whole bunch of them just to ride the wave back up and double his income, which maybe that's what he's doing. I don't know why he would do that, except to make money, but he's a billionaire. So, I mean, at that point, do you need more? Do you need to cause other people to lose money and panic? Probably not. And I don't think that's the type of person he is. But for him to go out and say that Bitcoin is a bubble and it's going to crash, I think it was disingenuous, and I think he understands it. I am saddened by the comments, and I hope too many people, or a lot of people, don't take that serious. You know, don't put too much into it just because he is a billionaire. Congratulations, you're a billionaire, and you're in the tech industry. Made your billions on that. That's great. I love Mark Cuban as an owner, as a businessman, but I think he's either missing the boat on Bitcoin, or he just is hoping to buy it cheaper and drive the prices down. So either way, comments suck, and I don't believe them, and I don't think we're in a bubble. I mean, we're years from a huge crash. Like 75% of the Bitcoin's value crashed years ago, and it came back with a vengeance and is way over what its all-time high was when it hit that crash. So stay with it. Long-term goals, change your stars. Right now, I still would buy the 3 underdogs plus PIVX. I keep hearing some good things are coming from PIVX. It's just a matter of time, and I think they're getting their ducks in a row. And once they get it, and all these, things start taking place, I think Litecoin, Bitcoin's trending up, Ethereum Classic. I think PIVX is going to be right there in that boat. And if you're paying $1.50 for PIVX and it hits $10, you're going to feel real good about that in the next 12 months or so. So maybe I'll underestimate what that's going to be, just like I did BitBean. I said 100 by end of the year. Here we are after a correction at 200, and I hope it plateaus, and then I hope we go to 1,000. So my opinion, got to see a little peek into how I think and what I think about, and just, thanks for listening. Y'all be blessed, and enjoy the crypto sphere. This is the new modern day gold rush. This is the modern day oil boom. Seize the day, grab this crypto sphere, and make your money. Man, be blessed.